we're going to turn now to our GMA cover story. Olympic gymnast Shawn Johnson and her husband sharing a very private battle, revealing their miscarriage in a video that is now trending online. The couple using their challenge to bring hope to others. And ABC's Adrian Bankert is here with more on this story that had so many people talking. Adrian.
Oh my goodness, hundreds of thousands of people talking. Good morning to you. Shawn Johnson East and her husband regularly post videos that are fun, a peek inside their everyday life. But this video really struck a nerve, opening up a discussion on one of the most taboo topics, miscarriage, and how it changed their lives and their world in less than 24 hours. Four-time Olympic champion Shawn Johnson East is no stranger to living in the public eye, now sharing a truly personal struggle.
I'm pregnant.
In this YouTube video, the world-class gymnast and her husband, pro football player Andrew East, let us in on the joy and heartache of their recent pregnancy.
Definitely wasn't planning this, but it's really, really exciting.
At first, happy tears. The 25-year-old Dancing with the Stars champ waits to tell Andrew in person.
She won't tell me what it is. What if she's pregnant?
Using a tiny version of his favorite sneakers to make the announcement.
Are you serious?
We're gonna have a baby.
But just hours later, still recording, Johnson is in intense pain.
We don't know what this is, though, so.
My belly just hurts.
In an up-close and personal doctor's visit, the couple finds out Shawn had a miscarriage at just 8 weeks.
Not only are you miscarrying, but it looks like you probably took care of it all on your own.
The video now has over 1 million views, with a first-hand look at all of the emotions, the questions, and fears after losing a baby.
Does that happen a lot?
Miscarriages?
Yeah.
A lot.
And a look at sharing the bad news with family, just days after telling their parents they were expecting.
Well, this one didn't work out. No fun.
Their hope is to encourage others facing the same grief.
No, you're not the only one going through whatever you're going through.
Even answering questions from their followers online in a live stream that same day.
And it is the most vulnerable and kind of raw look into our lives. And we will keep you guys updated. We will kind of do more videos following along this journey.
It certainly is opening up the conversation. I mean, we tell so many more of our personal details online, but this is really raw. Shawn and Andrew saying they will let their followers know online when they are expecting again. Amy?
All right, Adrian, thanks so much. And our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, is here. And it is uncomfortable and sad to watch. And yet at the same time, seeing Shawn and Andrew say what was going on as it was happening actually does a lot of good for a lot of people.
Oh, I think that is so true. And I think what it does here is it destigmatizes a process that, as Adrian said, can be considered taboo. It makes it seem more kind of, you know, if it can happen to them, to elite athletes, it can happen to anyone. I think it resonates for sure amongst any couple who's suffered this, and for people who haven't, it's the definition of empathy. It shows the most raw emotions in some ways that a human being and a couple can go through in real time. So I think it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, and you've been an OBGYN for 17 years. How common is this frequency? How often does this happen to women?
I mean, we say if a woman is pregnant enough times, the chances she'll suffer a miscarriage are incredibly high. The estimates are that 12 to 15% of pregnancies end in miscarriage. And if you talk just about conception, the estimates are even higher, as high as 30 to 50%, meaning that a woman can suffer a miscarriage without even knowing she's pregnant. It can happen so early.
And once it happens once, of course, the biggest fear is that it's going to happen again. At what point should you be concerned?
So there's a term for that in obstetrics. We call it recurrent pregnancy loss, or RPL. We used to have a longer threshold for the definition of that. It used to be defined as 3 recurrent pregnancy losses. Now we're shortening that. A lot of experts, in our field are calling it 2. That's when you really want to start looking for a workup and a cause. Most of the time, it's a chromosomal abnormality that causes a pregnancy pregnancy loss, but it could be anatomy, it could be hormonal issues, it can be at times male factor. So if you've had 2 or 3, depending on your age, that's when you really want to start a workup.
And that's the physical part of it. What do you think women and men should know about the emotional part of recovering from something like this?
I think in this story, we have to remember the dads and the partners. I think everyone looks for a cause. No one is to blame when you're talking about a miscarriage. Understand that, it can be a ripple effect. Both parents are going to go through this. The grief is normal. It's appropriate. It can be profound. And I think for anyone in that circle, because people say, when should I tell people? Right. If you're holding someone's hand who's going through this, the only appropriate thing is, I'm sorry. You never want to say, you can try again. That's not helpful.
We are certainly rooting for Andrew and Shawn, and we'll be following them from here on out. Yep. Thank you so much, Dr. Jen.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.